and gentlemen, Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this year's AEW Double or Nothing recap review, whatever you want to call it. This year, of course, takes place in Las Vegas, Nevada at the MGM Grand Garnet Arena. Gotta say, it was a pretty good pay per view. Again, some of the matches kind of dragged a little bit, uh, but on the flip side of that, really wasn't too many bad matches on this card. Hey, if you like what you hear so far, hey, drop a like. Also, leave a comment. Let me know how you felt about this year's AEW Dynamite recap, and be a champ and click on that subscribe button. Well, let's let her rip. All right, before the pay per view actually started, they have a little thing called a buy in. This year, of course, it usually has a couple of matches. One of the matches was Deanna Perrazzo versus Thunder Rosa. She was able to defeat her. The second one was the Acclaim with Daddy Ass Billy Gunn going against Brian Cage and the Gates of Agony. Big fan of the Gates of Agony, but it was Billy Gunn and the Acclaim winning that one. All right, kicking off the actual pay per view is a match for the International Championship. It is the challenger Will Ospreay going against the champion Roderick Strong, and of course, the other undisputed Kingdom will be involved somehow, and they did because Will Ospreay would get the advantage for a little bit, especially at the start of the match. He went for the hidden blade, but Roderick Strong was able to avoid that. Uh, Scary moment came in this match when Roger Strong had the advantage. They got a hold of Will Ospreay. Uh, Bennett had Ospreay on the shoulders on the outside of the ring, and Taven tried to do a dive like a doomsday device, and it looked like a Ospreay landed awkward on his neck. Very scary moment. That's the reason sometimes you just gotta say no about those spots, or do something at least practice things like that before you actually do them. But anyway, Will Ospreay was able to bounce back. Uh, at one time, Will Ospreay did nail the cutter, and Roger Strong was down. Referee was checking on him. That's when Don Callis said, "Hey, do the Tiger Driver move." Looked like he was going for that, but was hesitant. Then went for it again. Roger Strong countered. A little bit more back and forth. Hidden drive. Oh, excuse me. Hidden blade from Will Ospreay. Then the Stormbreaker. Excuse me. By Will Ospreay. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and new international champion is Will Ospreay. Like I said, good match here. No surprise about who was going to win this one from the get go in the first place. All right. Next thing that happened, Adam Cole came out. Uh, did the usual, Adam Cole, baby, and boom, and all that good stuff. Then he turned on the fans were kind of behind him there, but then of course he turned on the fans, said, "Hey, I should either be at home or hanging out with the Undisputed Kingdom, checking on my friend Roger Strong, but I'm out here running my mouth." Uh, then that's when got a little video package showing and a little tease of MJF. Of course, the music hits. Out comes MJF. Adam Cole's trying to sit there, kind of weasels his way out of it. Looks like MJF was going to forgive him, but no, he gives him a kick in the webos. And of course, MJF grabs the mic uh, and just does what he does best and runs his mouth and basically makes it official that he's here in AEW to stay. So he's not going anywhere. All right, next match was a match that I was definitely looking forward to. It was for the, I guess, undisputed trios 6-man tag championships. It was the Bullet Club Gold against Death Triangle, and like I said, this match did not disappoint. Triangle had things going their way until Austin Gunn pulled a leg from Pac, which which gave Jay Watt the opportunity to nail him with DDT. Little heat on Pac, then a hot tag to Phoenix. And of course, everybody got their shit in. Then, good to see him come back. The return of Juice Robinson. He comes back, pushed Pac off the top rope. The Blade Runner, 1, 2, 3. Your winner and still undisputed six-man trios champion is the Bang Bang Gang. All right, next match is for the AEW World's Women's Championship. The champion Tony Storm against Serena Deeb. This is one of those matches that went way longer than probably should have. Wasn't exactly a barn burner of a match, but it was okay. Serena was doing the out wrestling thing on Tony Storm. Tony Storm would come back with a hip attack on the floor. Then some more back and forth. At one time, uh, Serena had Tony Storm in a uh, half crab, looked like Mariah May was going to throw in a towel till I forgot the butler's name, but he was going to throw. He grabbed a towel and Tony Storm went outside and grabbed a towel and threw it out. But in the end, it was a out of the storm from the middle turnbuckle and another out of the storm. Your winner and still women's champion is Timeless Tony Storm. All right, next match is Trent Beretta versus Orange Cassidy. Decent match, but I've seen Orange and Trent have better matches. Uh, but no lock up, no nothing. They just went at it. Again, probably went a little longer than it should. A lot of back and forth. Beretta would lock in the Hell's Gate, but Orange Cassidy countered into a jackknife roll up for the 1, 2, 3. Orange Cassidy wins. Not sure what him and the relationship with Don Callis is right now, but Don Callis would announce later that he's going to have a contract for somebody to sign on with the family. And Trent Beretta is like, look, I'm done. I'm out of here. Sorry for the lack of graphics on this one. Actually, sorry for the lack of graphics throughout this video. Couldn't find a whole lot when I was prepping for this, but uh, needless to say, this is if you watch my Spot Show live stream Thursday, you will know this is a match I really wouldn't look for to begin with. It was Hook, uh, Ashate Shibata, and Chris Jericho for the world title, FTW title. FTW rules apply. Jericho pulled out a big bag of dice, of course, in Las Vegas. Jericho, hey, say what you will. People started booing him. He changed things up, and he's been really cringy with this learning tree thing. Big Bill would try to get involved, help Jericho out, but he would go through a table on the floor thanks to a hook. Uh, that looked kind of scary too, because if he was just a couple inches that way, uh, let's just say uh, Big Bill will have some spinal problems probably. Uh, and I guess Brian Keith was going to hold up to his name, the bounty hunter. He would come in with a trash can, take Hook out, and put the trash can over Shibata. Uh, hits the senton, leaves the ring. Judas effect on Hook, but Jericho decided to cover Shibata instead for the 1, 2, 3, and your winner, and still for the world champion, Chris Jericho, the Learning Tree. Wow, that sounded. Speaking of being cringe, that sounded cringe, didn't it? The Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, like a bad 1950s DJ. Anyway, next matchup is a what they call a qualifier or eliminator match for the IWG. It's not for the IWGP Championship. It's an eliminator match. Kosuke Takeshita, Takashne. I think that's right. Even though there's no N in it, they kept on saying Takashne. So I'll try that for now. So saying Takeshita. Takashne, or anyway, Kosuke Takashne versus John Moxley. Moxley, of course, is your AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Uh, Konsake did a good job of working on the arm. Told it pretty good because Moxley had it wrapped up and all. Told a good story of him working on the arm. Every time Moxley would try to make a comeback. There was Kansuke cutting him off, and how he cut him off. Go back attacking that arm. Um, Kansuke would hit that big clubbing forearm. Then went for a Death Rider, covered John Moxley, but only got 2 count. Kansuke, on the orders of Don Callis, started throwing chairs in the ring. Referee, of course, I didn't make fun of the referees enough in the first match, but this referee kind of just doesn't see shit sometimes, even if it's right in front of him. Anyway, he threw 3 chairs in the ring. Referee kicked 2 out of there. Uh, Kansuke was picking the third one up. That's when Moxley gave him the stomp on the table. Death Rider, 1, 2, 3. Uh, your winner is John Moxley, and I guess they ain't gotta worry about Kansuke Takashne, if I pronounced that right, for a while because he lost the eliminator match. All right, next matchup is a barbed wire cage match. And of course, inside that barbed wire cage match, you have more barbed wire, you have barbed wire back, you had table, uh, just about everything in this match. And you know what? Even though it was a blood fest and stuff like that, they, uh, what the honky tonk man would say, safe, controlled hardcores. Like, they didn't do anything too crazy, but as far as too crazy, we'll get to that a little later when we're talking about the last match of the night. Um, but it was pretty good. At the end, towards the end, uh, Malachi Black kicked Adam Copeland out the door, literally. He landed on the floor. When Black came towards him, Adam Copeland nailed him with a spear, laying both of them out. That's when Brody Lee and uh, Buddy Murphy came to the ring, or came by ringside. Not sure why they did this. Try not to chastise them too much about little things, but not sure why they did this. But, it looked like Murphy and Brody was going to side with Edge, but they wound up clotheslining Edge. Like, why even do that? Who cares? They throw him in the ring, but uh, looked like Adam Copeland would have some help. All of a sudden, we've seen a ring rip, and there is an old friend of Adam Copeland. That is Gangrel. He sprayed the red mist in all the House of Black's eyes. Uh, Adam Copeland was able to get the spear on Malachi Black for the 1, 2, 3 victory. Like I said, nice little blood fest. I mean, you got a good little, a few little good spots here and there, but um, I believe they kind of kept the chaos, controlled chaos. Is pretty much what it was. All right, now it's the first of your 3 main events tonight. It is Mercedes Monet versus the TBS champion Willow Nightingale. And of course, like I said, there was not really any kind of surprises in this match. Pretty decent match though. Can't say it was bad or anything. Um, but it was Mercedes Monet hitting the what they call it, the crash or whatever. Uh, the money clip, the money crash, whatever it was. Hit that on Willow Nightingale, 1, 2, 3. Your winner and new TBS champion is Mercedes Monet. Stokely would berate Willow Nightingale, calling her a loser. Chris Statlander said, kind of shoved Stokely. They stepped out of the ring, going down the aisle. But out of nowhere, Chris Statlander would give Willow Nightingale a big clothesline, turn her against her friend, and signing with Stokely. Uh, Again, this is one of those why they're doing it, but I thought Chris Statlander would be moving up the ladder, probably a opponent for Tony Storm, try to build her up because she was pretty popular. But now they kind of just put kind of just ended that, or I mean, I never heard any rumors about it. It just never did happen. She lost the TBS championship, and that was it. To the flavor of the month, Hart, Julia Hart. But she is a heel now. I guess she'll be going against Willow Nightingale. Uh, what's next for Mercedes Monet? Who knows? But like I said, wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Um, I didn't think it was going to be bad, but it was definitely better than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be a huge botch fest or anything like that. I thought it was going to be um, just not that good. But uh, they both did pretty good in this match. Now it's time for the AEW World Championship match. The challenger, Christian Cage, with the Patriarchy, Killswitch, Mama Wayne, and Nick Wayne. Going to get Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana. They did a little, you know, before I get too much into it, there's a Swerve got a pretty good ovation, doing coming out with the look like the Warriors kind of gimmick, not not the Ultimate Warrior, the movie Warriors, which they kind of mentioned that on the commentary. Uh, Good match here. Fans were kind of like, not sure if they were just tired or because this is mm, match number 10. I forgot what time it was at the time. Forgot to write it down because buddies were over and we are kind of like looking at that. I was like, geez, you got this one, then you got the shit show next. Uh, but anyway, uh, like I said, Swerve with his and Warriors inspired gear, not the Ultimate Warrior, the movie The Warriors. Check it out. Actually, a pretty good movie. Uh, Little, dated. Came out in the '70s, so but still pretty good movie. No, it doesn't need to be remade. A little filling out process. Swerve got the bench shortly. Christian moved as Swerve was going for a dive. He would hit the rail. Um, Another spot in the match where Mama Wayne grabbed a belt. Prince Nana grabbed it away from her, but the ref sees Prince Nana with it and kicked him out. Finally, he seen that Nick Wayne kill switch and Mama Wayne was kind of doing some shenanigans, so he finally kicked them out. Drive by out of, I guess you can call it out of nowhere, as they were hitting the ropes. Uh, Swerve Stomp, then another drive by. Your winner and still AEW champion is Swerve Strickland. They did wake up at the end of it, but during the course of it, not so much. I don't know if this is fatigued or they kind of know that. We know Christian's not going to win this one. All right, now it's your main event. It is the Elite, uh, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the not so young Bucks, with the scapegoat Jungle Boy Jack Perry and Okada going against Darby Allin, FTR, and Daniel Bryan. Like I said, kind of made jokes for this, but it kind even though Daniel Bryan did do a little color, Okada no color, but it kind I think whatever Okada and Daniel did, they kind of stayed safe. They we didn't do they weren't doing the stupid shit. Um, uh, you know, FTR they took their fair share of bumps. So did the Young Bucks. Uh, Two guys that were doing the stupid stuff was Jack Perry and Darby Allin. At one point, they was in the ring. And all of a sudden, they flipped the cameras to the back where Jack Perry was taking that big U-Haul looking thing and smashing it against that pile of weapons. Everybody thought maybe Darby Allin was in there, but kind of found out he wasn't. Um, Another spot, one of the big spots in the match was Jack Perry coming back out, took Tony Khan, but Darby Allin was there with a blowtorch, set him on fire. Pretty sure they was safe as possible with that one. You know, Jack Perry's pants were all wet. I'm pretty sure they probably had some padding underneath there and stuff like that. That didn't bother me as much as the where they tied Darby Allin's legs up and kind of hoisted him over the ring. They hoisted him up too high because uh, Young Bucks nailed him with a super kick. But they kind of let him dangle there for a long time. I think, just my opinion, I think they could have ended it right there. pulled him back down, pinned him, and called it a night. But he was kind of dangling upside down for a while there. That kind of bothered me more than anything else in that match. Uh, but in the end, when uh, Daniel Bryan or Brian Danielson was trying to uh, make a big comeback and try to help Darby Allin out, uh, Okada and the Bucks took him down. Then it was Jack Perry with a flying knee to get the 1, 2, 3. Um, so yeah, you got didn't think the Team Elite or Team AEW was going to win. Had a feeling the Young Bucks and crew was going to win this one. But still, it was uh, the funny part about it was the whole music. In the beginning, there was like a little music showdown. Young Bucks say, "Hey, turn Darby's music off, hit our music," and then Daniel or Brian Danielson got the advantage and said, "Look, cut that off and you know play the greatest entrance music of all time." Uh, I said there, "Oh, they're gonna play Eye of the Tiger or Bad to the Bone," and no, it was Europe's Final Countdown. After I think about 90% of that song done played, and finally Matthew, I think it was Matthew Jackson said, "Look, turn that off. That's costing us $200,000 to play every time. Cut it off, or costing me $200,000 every time." Uh, I believe that was huge because they said that song was pretty expensive to use. So, but like I said, not too bad. Like I said, the whole um, Darby hanging upside down like that for good good bit of time was kind of scary to me because it had already been bleeding and stuff like that. So um, that's the one. If there's anything, I'll be like this, like Jim Cornette on, like that's some stupid shit right there. That's the one kind of bothered me. It's like, hey, just let him down. I mean, like legitimate, like sitting there at my couch going, let him down. Jeez. Like I said, I think they could end it that way, but they had everybody else get their shit in. Anyway, that does it for this year's AEW Double or Nothing recap show. Um, like I said, it was a decent little pay per view. Can't really shit on it too much. Referees look stupid, of course, but that's what AEW. I'm just gonna classify them like the old ECW referees. They're just there to make a 3 count. But that does it for me on this recap show. Do a couple of plugs here. Remember, Tuesday I have Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, where I ask 5 questions, all dealing with sport of professional wrestling. Um, then on let's see, whoops. Of course, this week I will have the usual WWE Raw recap, as well the AEW Dynamite recap. Then this fun stuff. Thursday, I got a little live stream I call a Spot Show live stream. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Friday morning in Japan, and 5 a.m. Friday morning in India. This week, of course, I'll do like a little recap and discuss uh, the King and Queen of the Ring premium live event, as well as the AEW Double or Nothing uh, pay per view. But if you're not into the current stuff, Wednesday nights or Friday night, I have a little show called Wrestling Go Friday Night, where we discuss the history of wrestling a little bit. Uh, I'll, where day it is, I'll point out some historic events that happened on that date. Also, do a watch along where I play a classic episode of a old wrestling territory. I think I'm going to do this week USA Championship Wrestling from Knoxville, a little promotion that Ron Fuller started back in the late 80s. I think I'm going to do that. Other than that, that does it for me on uh, today. So hopefully everybody have a happy Memorial Day. Hopefully everybody stays safe this weekend. No DUIs, no fireworks, uh, burns, or anything like that. Until next time, you folks have a good one and take it easy. Hey there, thank you for checking this out. If you enjoyed it, share with friends, drop a like button, leave a comment. Also, be a champ and hit that subscribe button. You can also check me out on social media, Facebook at Ronald Ray, on X or Twitter is RPATRPTV46. Until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.